Hello and welcome back to our Variag Hordes campaign. So since the last episode, I did conquer Habad. Now, at the end of the last one, we talked about how I would attack this army that was standing right outside, but they withdrew, and so I put Habad under siege, and they actually did not attack me like I expected. So I assaulted. There was a very, very tiny garrison inside, so it was such a basic assault. I figured there was no point in really showing it, but here I have the victory. I lost about 100 men in the assault, and I think we're going to occupy. I don't think we need the population, really. Umbar has a ton of people in it, and I think the other settlement I'm recruiting out of is also fine in terms of population, so there's no sense in taking slaves. And laying desolate would only get me a little bit of money and really hurt the population, so we'll just occupy. I think this should be okay. We'll be lowering the taxes anyway. And since we sacked this already I guess it was years ago, back when we first came into the Umbar region, they have rebuilt some of the stuff here, but not too much. So we'll go ahead. We'll keep the road camp because we can make use of that. We'll keep the harbor. That's giving us some trade market as well. But the Homeland Dominion we will want to destroy and start on a provincial pacification. I want to keep this and build it up to trade with me. Now, I do technically have Anaban. This is not a place that can build a port, but it does have sort of a fishing village. This is allowing it to get a bit of that naval trade, but it's not going to develop as really a sea trade province. Habad, though, it already has a port, and you can see we are doing some trade with Umbar and the forts, so that is quite nice. We're looking to make 10,000 this turn, but again, part of that is the stuff that we just destroyed. Still, I think our economy is going to be looking quite good. Now, we also have another army headed over here because Harad is sending these small armies after my border towns, and the reason they're sending small armies is because I have small garrisons. If I had bigger garrisons to fortify these places, they would send bigger armies, and so it's kind of nice in a way on your frontiers, settlements that you're not really intending to invest in for a long time, just keep them very lightly held, and that's going to encourage the AI to bring armies that can beat that force. And then if you have a reinforcing army just waiting in the wings, you can easily beat those forces while you're building up in your heartlands. So that's what we're going to continue to do. We're doing some more building. We're doing a bit more training. I'm going to go ahead. No, actually, we ran out of the population here for footmen of Harad levies. So I guess we will call that a turn. Actually, no, we do have some movement here for this horse archer army. We drove off a small one-unit stack that was besieging Anaban and destroyed it in the field. But this force I don't think we can beat. We could do damage and then withdraw once we run out of arrows. But I don't feel like doing that. I'd rather just send these guys somewhere else where they can cause a problem. Maybe I'll send them here, but the archers are a bit of a concern. So let's take a look at what is further around here. A lot of armies up north in Harandor. Let's take a look down towards and the central regions, which is where we want to go ultimately. This is they're sending these armies that are very similar in composition: archers, spearmen, and swords, I'm guessing. So but let's take this guy over here. Now, we did use up all the movement points, so we probably shouldn't have done that. But let's end the turn now. Moving around the Sea of Nirn here, we did see that Adunabar had Mulsad, which is the settlement we're going by right now, but they just lost it to a rebellion, so that's interesting. I would guess that Adunabar is about to be eliminated. The Reunited Kingdom is moving pretty well. Okay, we just lost that to rebellion. And we're going to be forced to fight here. Now, I think we can take this. They're attacking us, so their archers are going to have to move into position, which means we should get a bunch of free shots in on them. And we'll be able to surround their infantry And if we kill the archers, then we can swarm the rest of the infantry. The big question is, do we have enough arrows in our quivers, really? Alright, we want to kind of... something like that, I think. We'll send them down here. Alright, so spearmen are in front. The general is the sword unit. Okay. That's not great. Alright, they're now shooting at us. I don't think there's a lot we can do about that. We can't really hope to push them. Although, actually, let's do that now that their infantry's leaving. Maybe we can get them to march. Yep. Don't want to hit them. Oh, get out of the way. We did take some javelins. Alright, the archers are routing. Let's chase them down with my general and get rid of that steam overlay. Get out of here. Alright, that should be fine. Alright, they're going to rout pretty soon. And then we'll just have the spearmen to deal with. There you go.
The army is running like a startled goat. Hunt him. Goats make good eating.
And I think we should be all set. Oops, oops, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get out, get out, get out. Ah, so annoying. Okay, we lost a few there. They're wavering. There they go.
Enemy flee from the field like frightened goats. Hunt them down and slay them all.
So not too bad. We did take some losses. Let's see. Man of the hour. Heroic victory. Let's see. I did turn down a marriage offer in the previous turn off camera. He was an inept commander, an inept governor. He was youthful, which would have been nice, but really hope to hold out for more. Now, I can withdraw from this, it's telling me, even though I don't think I have movement points to do so, but I want to stick around and do this again. So this is what I want. I'm pulling them away from my territory because now I'm on theirs. You know, even if we end up losing this army, it's 5 horse archers. We can train that up again in a couple of turns. Alright, so they're attacking me again. It's exactly the same terrain, but... This time I'm on the bottom of the hill. No swords to worry about now, which is really nice. But 2 units of archers, and that's going to be annoying. And they're not marching away, so they're going to do a lot of damage. Okay, they're marching and reforming, so that's good. All right, let's get out of there. Marching and wavering. That should be it for them, and we'll pull back.
Warlord shows his worth. Nothing. Any of our warriors would die rather than run.
Okay. Someone gonna kill that guy? Okay, good. Got him, another heroic victory. Jeez, all these heroic victories. Any nice young proven commanders? That would be great.
Victory!
Okay, they're not doing anything else, but we did pull them back. So that's great. Akkas Anabon is now done. Oh, interesting. High Pass Stronghold has fallen to Adunabar, and they have this region. So, okay. Can we actually get through here? They've still got Rivendell. Wow. Let's head over towards there. Okay, United Kingdom and Habad are at war, so that means they were not at war for a turn. We lost a noble. That's not good. Okay, so let's take this off local governance, because you do that to sort of keep them feeling friendly and loyal to the faction leader. It sort of simulates him letting the local leader run things. And we get a new heir. This is him, which is good because he's a field commander. He's going to get more men in the bodyguard unit. But actually, let's get him out of here so he's not the governor. I want him to not govern things. Let's see. Okay, we got another scout handy, so let's bring, let's see, this one. Let's take him up here. We need someone to be in the garrison or in the settlement so that bribery is less likely to happen. I guess we can just use an emissary, but no, I think probably a spy is the best way to go. So we'll bring one spy up to Karas Nan and move the Karas Nan spy up to Habad. That should be good. And now the army. Who's going to stay behind? Well, this unit of mercenaries can go down here to get retrained. How would they do with a unit of steppe archers. Not very good. It's close.
Orders. Orders. Leaving the army. Impossible, Chief.
Alright, that's a blue face. We'll take it. But we want to get these guys down to get them retrained as well. Well, actually, we can't really do too much with these. But they'll be in the area, so we're going to be sending more horse archers. And what else do we have? Nothing in here, but take a look at what we need. Put him right here, and let's bring the emissary back to cover bribery. So we got 6 horse archers. Okay, that's good. 3 Variag warriors. Let's merge them, and we'll head down here and see if there are more sorting skirmishers. There are not yet. Maybe there will be in another turn or two. And our front line, we've got a couple of spears and an axe unit. So I guess maybe another spear unit would be good. And we're still training cavalry out of there, which is great. But we can bring this unit out because he's now no longer needed as the garrison of Akasenabon, and this will allow, or force Habad to spend a few turns trying to take it back. This army here is actually pretty decent. Those swords of Habad and family members are no joke. So let's, yeah, this should be fine. What we have to deal with right now is this. And I don't know if they're going to stick around. This is actually going to be a more balanced fight because they've got a couple of infantry units. The swords in particular are a match for anything that we have, and they do have skirmishers. So we'll have to see how this goes. Alright, and my infantry is extremely light. But we got some nomadic watchmen, footmen of Habad, levies. These guys all get bonuses in the desert, so that's nice. And we do have a couple of horse archers, so we'll keep them on the wings. Okay.
Warriors have arrived. Perhaps it is the time to send them to kill the enemy.
And we did get the garrison backup, which is this mercenary swarting skirmisher unit. I guess I'll send them marching over here, but I don't know that we'll need them. The horse archers are going to pull these guys out of position. Okay, so they're going to run. Let's get the general heading that way too. And this is one of the guys who I think was a marriage offer. Taking those swords out pretty easily. That's the nice thing. You know, get them in the back, and they're not that hard of a target. It's just that they do a lot of damage. It'd be nice to get this family member a bit of experience. This is his first engagement. He's not going to see any action himself. But if we get him down here, he is going to start causing fear, and these guys may rout. They're already just shaken. are slow, though, the Dragon Guards, so it's going to take them a while to get to where they need to be. But they are intimidating them already, so the fear effect is kicking in. They're close enough for that. Nope. That's it. Okay, clear victory, but we didn't take any losses, so that's not bad. All right, we'll keep working on the Outland Dominion. 4 turns, that ought to be done. I don't feel like picking up these mercenaries just yet. But we'll keep this army in the area, and we'll keep reinforcing it with stuff that we train out of Umbar or the forts. And what to do with this army now? We're attracting the attention of this larger force, which is good in a way, but I don't think we can deal with that. We might be able to take this. Let's see what this is. I'm not feeling too great about it, but actually we probably could. We are losing some men. They're definitely going to stick around. I think we could handle this. Alright, so it's just swords, footmen, and these Herod riders. So these are the guys who can catch us and kill a lot of us, but maybe we can get it so that they, if they rush out at us and we're all shooting at them, we cut them down before they can close. I imagine this unit does get a combat bonus in the deserts. Once we get close enough to see what it is, we'll have a better sense of that. And we're kind of on the wrong side. You want to go from the enemy's right, usually, so that you can avoid the shield. But if we're careful here, we could maneuver them right off the hill. Nope, they're did a number on those footmen. Yeah, okay, here comes the general. And look how fast. Well, not much we can do about that. We just lead them kind of through our horse archers. Swords are going to catch us a little bit, potentially. Alright, they're not charging anymore, so that's good. And now we're starting to get a bunch of kills in. But we've got to keep up with them, too. Getting some experience on our outriders. And yeah, now we're gonna, now we got him. Nice. I love that point when you're leading a unit away and you realize that you've done so much damage to them that even if they catch you, they're not going to be able to do anything. I don't think I've ever heard that particular scream before. I need to listen to that on the recording. Alright, swords. Charging, alright. Reloading. Alright, marching, wavering. We got these guys. We did take some losses, I think, but not too many. There's one of ours. Yeah.
Enemy army runs. Now hunt them down.
I know this is not the most thrilling viewing, and to be honest, too many of these battles are pretty boring, but there is something deeply satisfying about just all of this. Just doing all this damage. Like, I don't see that I took any other losses. There's that one guy. Okay, here's a few. It looks like they get a volley of javelins in on me. But doing so much damage and taking so few losses. And then I've got all of these guys back. So, you know, next turn, if I get hit again, I took, what, 7, 8 men? Next turn, if I get hit again, I can do it all over again. Unless it's a bigger army. But we were attacking, so it's still our move. And we got to decide what to do with this army. Here we go. All right, man of the steppes. That's what we want. +1 command, 1 commanding cavalry, which is exactly what he's doing, and plus 10% movement points. Try with the yellow arrow. Okay, folk descended from riders of the eastern plains. Now, he's an inept commander, so it's a -2 troop morale. He's mean, which is another -1 troop morale, so we're at -3. He's rigorous. That's a +10% movement points, so that's really important. You know, if I keep this guy on horse archer army duty, then it doesn't really matter how bad the morale is. We're just keeping him in the field and shooting guys. So that's good. You know, the other nice thing is now we're in a position to do stuff with him, like recruit mercenaries and build watchtowers potentially if we need to. All right, let's get the spy out. I know we've got this army that we have to watch out for. But check this out. There's nothing at Karenbad. Nothing at all. Okay, they've got a Scarlet Shields unit. That's not good. This is where their bad units are coming from right here. So we got to take this. We had sacked and we had sacked Adabara on our way through, and now we've basically sacked that. So the only place in the area, the last stronghold for big resistance, is going to be this. Now, these settlements, they could have rebuilt the stuff that we damaged on our way through. So that might be a consideration too. But I'm guessing, you know, this place, it's a chief city. This may be where their assassins are coming from. So that might be next on the menu. Let's see. Let's move him over here a little bit. And we'll have to keep an eye on his supply levels. Lorgan of Habad. Okay. And let's see, what are you doing? You're sticking around. We're training everywhere else, and so I think we'll call that a turn. Okay, and Mordueth, that's a rebel settlement now. All sorts of crazy stuff happening around Nirn that you wouldn't normally see because, well, Khand left. We abandoned the place. Okay, and now the Reunited Kingdom has taken Lond Nirn, it looks like. Oh yeah, and they're out here in force. Dunabar's still trying to hold on. Now, none of these settlements are counted as their capital. So I guess they must still have a presence in the north. But it looks like Dorwinion is having trouble holding on to its settlements up here. The settlement's under siege by somebody. Dale took this from Rohan. All right. Okay, we lost this scout. Right. He was a Okay, I guess he was just hanging out in Akes Anaban, and he sort of came out when that left, and so he went along with the Step Out Riders there. So that's unfortunate. He was one of my old age scouts. All right, now we can do some training here if the population gets higher, which it will, and high enough here to train another unit of footmen. Let's go with it. We do need some low-tier stuff just to keep the numbers up. And, yeah, we're doing good still with money. This is going to help a lot. This is going to give us over 1,000. And, you know, maybe a little less when we take in mismanagement into account. But that's going to be very good. And maybe we can even take some of these guys out. This is not going to be under threat for a little while. And they've not even put Akes Anaban under siege yet. Awesome. So they're moving over here. They may be responding to me, traipsing through their territory. So there's potentially an opportunity here for me to head down south and just do damage to Adabara. I don't think I'm strong enough to take Carenbad. They got a family member, they got a very powerful unit of Scarlet Shields, and they've got other armies in the area that could hit me. So I think, let's just take a look at the south here. We get a unit of, yeah, we get right down here. They can't hit me next turn. Recruit a unit of mercenaries, put this under siege, and we can take this next turn and destroy it properly. Because when we swept down through, we sacked it. And sacking doesn't actually destroy all the buildings piecemeal. It damages them, and you get a bunch of loot in the process. But it does not completely remove the building. So the AI can come in and I guess repair those buildings. Maybe they could tear them down and rebuild different ones. I'm not really sure what they would do in that scenario. But we're all of a sudden under a lot less pressure here. 3 turns and we're going to start making, you know, another 500 or so out of this. And so things are looking pretty good, and our new proven commander just has a notorious brigand, which is going to help a little bit with plunder bonuses, which will be nice next turn after that kicks off. All right, let's just keep moving the horse archers up. And this emissary here is certainly has me paranoid. I don't know if he would actually bribe anything, but since they bribed a settlement in the past, I am feeling a little bit uncertain. So let's see. Not much to retrain here. I've got room for 4 units. So let's take this guy. And I guess I could bring... Oh, that's right. We can retrain those mercs. And we can bring over a unit of horse archers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so we can have 1 more unit. Let's get 1. So I've got 2, 3. You know, let's get another solid unit of infantry, I guess, axes, and I think that'll balance things out nicely. All right, so we're losing a bit by building the Outland Dominion. Otherwise, that's fine. All right, yeah, Dunabar still has Last Bridge. Good for them, I guess. Oh, yeah, where's that? Oh, yep. All right, so they bribed, what was that, a horse archer unit that was coming back to be retrained? So that's why we have to watch out for bribery. Now, I could try an assassin, but you know, he's got a decent amount of authority, and I feel like that'd be a waste of money. Rohan and Harad, okay, yeah. So, We got to get these guys, keep them in big armies. And we got room for one more. So actually, I guess the spearmen unit would be good there. And all the rest of this is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we get 8 horse archers, 2 cav, 2 merc spears, 2 regular spears, a couple axes. Okay, that's a pretty balanced army. We're going to start sending that into the east. And we'll bring these guys back so we can send some of these units over to them. And let's go with some Variag Cav. Bring you up and get the emissary over to... Oh, he can't protect. Well. I wonder what they want. I wonder if they are interested in anything. Nope. No, let's get him over there. If we lose it, we lose it. Alright, we've got another scout here, so... But you know what? May as well keep him there. Otherwise, I'm worried about this becoming bribed. Okay, so here we had finished... I guess it was the Trials of Blood. I guess we could start working on caravan camps now. That's going to give us some trade, but let's see if it's worth it. 530 is only going to give us 30. And it is going to cut down on corruption a little bit, but we are going to have some upkeep of 40. So it's actually going to be more expensive to keep that. Let's take a look at what our profits are overall, and maybe it makes sense to move our capital. So 487, 4087. Move our capital here. We're looking at 4422. So this being our capital is actually better. Now it's a more centralized location. But still, let's see if that makes sense. So 536, 562, less than 30. And we're losing straight up 40. So part of the problem here is because we're at war with Habad and the Reunited Kingdom, we're not trading up here. And that's where we could be making a lot of money. So as a trade sort of faction right now, we're hurting. But we'll keep working on this. Our economy is really looking fine. So that's all okay. All right, these scouts, I don't feel like I need them around here. We just want to keep an eye on Habad to make sure that they don't put that under siege. When they do, that's when we'll want to move our armies around to put a stop to that. Okay, so we've got the chance here to take Adabara and potentially hold it, I guess. But honestly, this is an army that I want to keep in the field. I'll leave the mercs behind as garrison here, and we'll just trash everything here, kind of like what we did up here. And then we'll see what happens. We're very close, I think, to claiming and Karenbad, and then I think we'll consider ourselves finished with the campaign. At that point, we will have a very, very solid heartland. We'll start to be making a lot of money. You can see we're eking up towards 10,000, toward 100,000 again. And really, it's just a matter of a weight of numbers and fighting a lot of these battles to put Habad on the back foot. So I think we are well on our way. So thank you very much for joining me with this episode, and I hope you'll check me out in the next one. Until then, take care, everybody.